off. Today is day 344 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We are continuing on with project number 8, Simple Calculator. We have our... What's that, little kitty? What you doing? Yeah? You good? She's good. Alright, little kitty is on her way to, I don't know, exploring something around us. Who knows what she's up to. Let's copy, no, before we copy stuff, we have our calculator, we have our example project. La da 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 dee 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 da 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 da. Okay. We've got our project, and you know what? We were copying our JavaScript file. We want to copy our HTML file. There we go. That's the world we want to live in. Alright, we have buttons, we have calculator, what else do we need? We've got everything we need for a party, that's why. What would be a slightly more interesting party? A better party would have the JavaScript console present, so we're going to do that as well. We're going to add that into the mix. Don't mind me, I think, yeah, that did seem needlessly bright, didn't it? And I think there's a cat fur in our eyeball, but we're operating on half of a lung, so I think we can manage the minor vision issue. Little kitty, hey, welcome. How are you doing? Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good. Who's got your tail? I do. 'Cause I love you. Wow, well, I did love you. Why are you touching buttons on the keyboard with your toes of destruction? We're not even in... Oh my god, we're not in Chrome, or Atom, or OBS. She's in some menu. I don't even know what menu this is. Cat, you're freaking ridiculous. She's backed out of her toes of... No, this is not a napping area. You are not permitted. You don't have the necessary permits to fall asleep here, madam. Hey, princess, little kitty, check your shit. Alright? 1, 2... No, don't freak out on me. No knocking over the webcam. Stay calm, stay calm. This is how Godzilla ended, and the whole town went up in flames. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, or you could put your whole tail all the way into my mouth. That's another option. You are not going to readjust for a nap spot. No. Kittyectomy. 1, 2, and 3. Team effort. Feline. Semi-removed. 1, 2, and 3. There you go. Successful kittyectomy. Holy hell. Dear God. Let's see if we can patch the stream back together. I'm hoping she didn't actually adjust or do anything. Where are we? Did you zoom in somehow? Why is everything so needlessly large in this menu? Not like we're blind. We don't need our icons that gigantic. Her little feet. Okay, well... Her toes of there we go. We're back into action. Sorry about that. Minor kitty crisis. Oh my god, the headache of doom. So, what's happening? Aside from being wildly stressed out, and now we can't think straight. Just what we wanted. I thought we were going to be able to remain calm and collected throughout this whole stream. Maybe get some progress done and achieved. I was wrong. Day 344. was, I guess, intended to deliver a clear message that the journey is not going to get easier as we get closer to day 365. In fact, I've noticed for the last like 10 or so days, maybe even more, that the journey has been getting progressively harder each day, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. Okay, so aside from all the pitfalls, we are continuing on. Where are we continuing on from? We have our calculator. The short version of this journey is we need to birth a calculator. That's it. That's what we're up against. Not the small... Wait, hold on. What is... this example had some issues. This example instead, right-click, open link in new tab. Electronic calculator. The style of the buttons are kind of fun. 1 and 2. Wow, yeah, the font is really cool. 1, 2, plus 3. I like this. This is what I need to have happen. Oh, visualize what's happening in the back end, and then when we do equals, ta-da, 15. You know, that little bit right there really helps visualize what I need to occur. I was trying to do that all with my mind. A simple feat, one would think, but when you're trying to program each step, when you're clueless like myself, quite an undertaking, I assure you. Good. We've got CSS, we've got JavaScript. Now, day 344. What direction are we proceeding from? We currently have 1, 2, plus... See, it spits out a 12. This is good. We're over here. We've got the 12. That's that first step. Plus, which means we want it to also concatenate the symbol or store the operator. What would occur? Well, in a perfect world, we'd like it to do something. Oh my god, what would we like it to do? There's so many little things that need to happen, especially trying to... If I were to redo... I know I've tried to spend the last couple, 2 or 3 streams now, updating the pseudocode, the English version, and then try to elaborate in human words the steps between and needed to make those occurrences happen. This right here, trying to explain all of that, it's the if conditions. It's all the secondary... The secondary what? It's not even that they're secondary. Scope is more of the level, but that's the only thing that comes to mind is the scope of the instructions, or yeah, the scope of the instructions involved to cover all of the potential outcomes. The English version or the pseudocode version to describe all of the potential outcomes needed to capture this and all of the alternative results seems vast. I feel like I would need to write an essay based off of what little code I had before, what I ended up with. I didn't even complete all of the pseudocode yesterday, and now to see the scale of it. See, the thing here, we get our first number. This is just a terrible realization. Everything's crashing down around me. There's so much work to do. There's so much work to do. Oh, where to begin? Little kitty, where to begin? Tiny cat, you're blocking the screen. There you go, that's better. Oh, look at you. You need your face scratched, and you need to move your back left foot from right-clicking on the screen. We do not want to refresh the page. Move your freaking toes. Little kitty? What? No, you're shifting things. I'm gonna lift your foot. You move that. Go knock something over somewhere else. Oh my god. I so hope tonight's stream is like 15 minutes. That means we just need to survive another 4 minutes. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we're that lucky. What to do? Ah, reflecting on our pseudocode. Currently, someone's able to enter as many numbers as needed to establish the first number / string, and we're able to output that or register it. We're able to log that. Ta-da! The 12 lives. If we refresh it, we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus, boom. See that? Fantastic. Awesome. Everyone's on board. What we need to have happen is when we hit plus, we need the same thing to occur that we did with the number. I have an semi-interesting question. I also have some form of a cat fur on my tongue. Don't mind me. Oh dear God. Damn you, cat. Where? No, did we shove it back further in our mouth? It's kind of like there's a very small wool blanket on our tongue. No, that's just, it's all in my head. What if there's actually no fur on our tongue? Although I sincerely doubt that. This is awful. It's like I've swallowed a whole piece of floss. It's quite alarming. Anyways, what are we doing? I'm just trying to avoid the reality of the situation that our code is crashing down around us. We were reflecting on what needs to happen. We need to be able to establish the string of numbers, which we have. When we click plus, it registers the number. We also need the plus sign not to be registered yet. When we hit plus, a different button after our number string, the fact that it logs it is good. We hit plus, it logs it. It's okay if plus occurs. What we also need to have happen is if we change it, if we get cold feet, after we do clear, 1, 2, plus, but if we get cold feet instead of adding, and we do subtraction, it should change. Subtract 3. Aha! Their calculator doesn't do it either. That's so very interesting. See, Topher's works. Topher's is good. We've got, let's refresh, 12 plus, but we get cold feet and we click subtract minus 3 equals 9. See, that works. That works. This calculator, you have to remember, what if it is, what if I do plus? No, you know what? I bet I have to do clear. Clear minus 3. Interesting. You have to juggle it. I don't know if I want ours to function that way. On a regular calculator, hey, Zero Love. How are you doing? Sorry, we were ranting. Didn't notice you there. Hopefully your night's going well. We're trapped in JavaScript hell. We've been trapped in this pit of confusion for about I don't know, 4.5 days without food now. So we're just hanging out. It's going well. We haven't totally given up hope yet and succumbed to our delirium. As of now, our delirium is keeping us company. Look at all these additional people around us down here in the pit, right? See? Our delirium is our superpower right now. What are we looking for? We are going to go to OBS and reflect on how another calculator works. Don't mind me, don't mind me. Okay. Clear. So we've got said phone, and we do 12, 1, and 2, plus, but wait. We get cold feet and we do subtract 3 equals 9. Ta-da! That's what I want to have occur. That is the type of calculator I would like to wield and produce. One where we can change our minds at the push of a button mid-flight. Now, the clear does work. It's nice that the option exists, but the functionality still works right here built in on Topher's example. We don't have that immediate change of course ability with this other project. So 12 plus, we get cold feet, we go to subtraction, subtract minus 3 equals, ta-da! Pretty cool. Here, we try the same. 12 plus, we decide to change to subtraction. Nothing happens when we click that. 3, and the party just continues onwards. We need to do clear 12 plus clear minus 3. See, there's that extra step. No. I do like the printout. So what that means to me, hey, Yum Yum. Cool, we got Zero Love and Yum Yum. Awesome. Hopefully your whatever given time of day / night is going well. I can't recall. Everything hurts right now because we're confused. So there's this something that rhymes with progress. Right, our number. So currently, for our calculator, refresh again. When we enter in a given number, and we hit the plus button, it does log whatever we want. It logs the number. Plus has started this initial process, but we haven't logged the plus sign yet. Because what if they get cold feet? I want them to be able to do the minus key and have stuff occur, and then only after we go to start a new number, like 5, ta-da, then do I want it to register and show the minus key. I think that would be important. Because what if we aren't just logging a 5? What if we're logging a 50? See, it continues from there. So we just need to find the right place and the right tool to relay and console log that information accordingly. That is our challenge. That's where we're continuing on. So right now, everything we've done so far, although we have lots of stuff set up, we're still testing addition only. That is the world we are living in. Addition only. We may throw subtraction into the mix because I was talking about changing tracks. But first, we still need to just get a simple addition calculation to execute properly. Alright. Enough of a rant. Let's break some new ground. Day 344. We are going to start our ascent from our pit of despair, located in JavaScript hell. What is the best point to grab onto to make a decent, noteworthy change? We want to start a new string. After we hit this, and plus, when we go to click a new string, we need to deal with creating a new string. New string exists. Right now, this is number string that we've created for the first portion. 1, 2, and 3. Plus, that's all number string and number string join. Down here in the math operation, we have number string, which we are converting number string join from a string to a number, which is num sum total, number subtotal. And that is only being console logged with sum. Actually, I think we're having issues with that console log. I don't even think we're getting to that point. But we will continue on. So from here, we hit plus, cat fuzz. Death. Awful. Goddamn feline. I don't understand how 15-20 minutes after the cat leaves, there's fur still wafting around. Yeah. Anyways. Oh, thank God that cat's cute. So, aside from the fur fiasco, we were dealing with the following. After we've registered our number string, we hit the plus button. We want to start to register or log a new number. That new number needs to be that new number needs to occur somewhere. Don't mind me, don't mind me. Hold on. We tell number string to zero out. Yes, we tell number string to zero out after each symbol. Yes, good. But bear with me. So number subtotal is that. Then we have to push whichever sign, number subtotal, that gets added to that. Yeah, whatever, that equals sum. Let's do it beneath this. Wait a second. That's another thing. I can't have multiple lines of code. Wait, can I have multiple lines of code in a switch case? Is that a thing? Do people do that? Yes, you can. Why can't you? Have I really only had switch cases with a single line of code? I thought that's what protocol was. Can I have multi-line code in a switch case? Time for Google. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. That's maybe why my console log sum isn't working. JavaScript multi-line which case multi-line case. No, not a multi-line case. I don't know, multi-line switch case. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. This is not gonna go well. See, statement. Value 1, statements execute with the result of... Okay, so they do have 2 lines there. That's helpful. I'm glad it's not just on 1 line. But here, see? Console log. 1 line. It's bothersome. Case mangoes, nothing happens. Case papayas. Why is there no break? What is going on here? Who are they trying to trick? Wow, that is cool. You can just set up multiple cases for the same thing. So are they telling me that's how I would actually set up this? Instead of doing an OR, I would have 2 cases stacked next to each other and it would just execute the following? Bullshit. That's astonishing. You know, the things you find out when you Google stuff. Okay, well, if that's the case, we're gonna do that because that seems way more reasonable. Case, blah, and the product gets multiplied by that. Why wouldn't the product get multiplied by that? Here's this, there's that. Case again, with its stuff. There you go. Still though, exactly what I was talking about. Console log nonsense. One-liners. 1 line of code. I'm looking for any time there is more than that. When is there more than 1 line? Are cases incapable of having multi-line code inside of them? Specifically this. See? We're trying to sum it. We don't need to console log. Maybe that should occur somewhere else. What if I put this outside down here, cut that, the switch case occurs, it's a single line issue, outside we do console log. What if that's the world we live in? Save. Did I change stuff? I don't think I've done anything noteworthy today. Aside from shimmy that around. I don't think I have indeed. Hey, McGreenberg. Morning. Good morning to you, McGreenberg. Hopefully you've got an awesome day ahead of you. Can value equal condition? Can a value equal a condition? No. Yes. No. No. I mean, I kind of. I've set up variables before where we do variable kitty puzzle equals... Haven't I? An if statement? Maybe I haven't. Cat variable. Maybe not. If cat equals alive, cat equals alive, then console.log meow. Have I ever done a variable? No, I haven't, because that's weird. I wouldn't be able to do that. This would have to be a function, so I guess I can't have... Right? It'd be a weird setup. It would need to be this. And it would have to be cat. And also, it would have to be a separate beast. That's what would have to happen. Okay, I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with no. McGreenberg, no. Slightly comforting. Okay, so no. McGreenberg, case values... Oh, case value. Well, close enough. I mean, what's really good case is just kind of a... You know, it's checking a thing. Checking a value. Similar to a variable, I suppose. McGreenberg, case values can't have conditionals. If they do, they will evaluate down to true or false and be compared the switch value. Okay, so what we had was wrong. The OR issue, where we were trying to do OR, was definitely the wrong way to go about things. I didn't know the right way to go about things was merely stacking two cases, one on top of each other, to get a shared result, which works out perfectly for the multiplying and dividing situation that we are faced with. Now, following from there, we were trying to do something else. We were trying to tinker with the following. Having not multiple values, but having multiple things occur. Console.log difference. See, is that possible? That's not like an either or thing. It's a do all of this at once. At least I hope it would be a do all of this at once type of scenario. And they did have or. I knew I had seen or. Rewriting multiple if statements with switch. But it all equal when true, that or that, and only one has to be true in or. That's not really a fair comparison for the or when they're pumping it. When they're pumping true in, and it's one of those, A or B. Okay. So when it's true, and then on top of that, so that's a different beast for when that occurs. But this, I still think multi-line stuff should be okay. Aha! Case 1, output plus equals. Why didn't it like my plus equals yesterday? Those slimy bastards. See? We have minus equals and whatever it is. Why didn't they like plus equals number subtotal? Those heartless bastards. Eh. Ruum. We'll figure it out. Greenberg, that's fine having the stuff. Okay. Lure? Louvier? What if it's a different language? Louvier. Louvier. We're gonna go with the first letter. Captain L. Welcome. What are you coding? Calculator? Yes, we are coding the calculator from hell. Actually, I'm just really confused. It is this guy right here. We've got two different examples that we're sort of trying to emulate. We started... It's going to be closer to this guy in functionality, but we're all pretty familiar with how a calculator should function. This is just the generic skeleton, something for me to visualize and interact with as I piece together my functional code, the JavaScript nonsense. McGreenberg, because of JavaScript's lazy typecasting. Ah, is that why I'm having issues? That is most unfortunate. However, aside from the calculator, it's a string of projects that we've been working on for a while now. We started working on these projects early October. Well, starting October 1st. And early December was when we made it to project number 8. Was it early? Well, we were a couple days into December. So we've been working on Simple Calculator for, I guess, maybe 4 or 5 days? 4 days now? Maybe 5. I've lost track of time. And then we only have projects 9 and 10 left. Prior to October, it was 9 months of fun and learning at different sites like Code Academy, Code Wars, and Free Code Camp. And then October-ish, we dove into these, and we've been chipping away at them ever since. So, it is due to JavaScript or why these were conflicting. I think I remedied the issue last night. I believe I did. Yeah, because we got the string to show up when we hit plus. So from here, let's do the following. Save. Refresh. Son of a bitch. 36. Line 36. If anyone sees a problem at line 36, raise your... Oh, right. My cat example as I was trying to figure out the whole value question Greenberg inquired about. Testing our wits. We failed, if anyone was curious. Why is there... Oh, it's a whole... Where does this come from? What is that tied to? Command Z, is that a stray? It is a stray. That's for our... It should be over 1. Ta-da! That's what it should have been. Delete all that noise. We're back. We're good. We fixed everything. We've stopped the bleeding. We're not hemorrhaging blood anymore. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and plus. It stores in console logs the number. Thank God. The second number, if I'm not mistaken, is down here. If we comment that out, save again, refresh, we do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we hit plus. Ta-da! There's 1. Good. It's alive and working and well, which means the multi-line situation we had before, cut, was also functioning up here. Refresh again. 1 and 2 and 3 and plus. 2 numbers. We're good. We're alive. Awesome. Okay, we're still shaking off all of the rust from the basic JavaScript stuff we had, I would like to think, nearly mastered earlier in the year. But as we have as we've hit the reset button to crawl our way out of and away from square one again with project number 1 all the way up to project number 8 where we're currently at, we've forgotten a majority of our skills. So, regarding JavaScript, it's been a rough and rude awakening as we reach far back into our toolbox for our JavaScript understanding and skill set that we once had. What were we trying to do? Right, we wanted to take whatever current number we had, number string, and zero it out. So number subtotal was number string with join, and then parse int to turn it into a number. No longer a string. That's totally cool. That's fine. It can live outside of the switch case and is a separate beast. We want sum to remain as a number. In addition to that happening and getting console logged, we also want numString to be zeroed out. So what do we have up here for numString? We want to set it back to 0. numString ring equals an empty array again. And we can live with that. When we start to type in a new number, other things will happen. Luir. Also, are we pronouncing your username correctly? Luir? Luvier? Luver. Can't do it. Captain L. That's what it is in the meantime, till we get a phonetic breakdown. I think you should fix the indentation of your methods. I agree. Methods in general? Methods, you say? Like the dot nonsense? I wonder which method he was talking about. We need water. We're dying. McGreenberg. Parse int is going to give you an error when you get to decimals. Damn. However, I wonder, is it any benefit that I've got a decimal function? What if I handle decimals as an entirely separate thing? No, that's not beneficial. That's wildly inefficient. Why would one do that? Line 65 and JP beat. Line 65 and 84. Okay. 65 and 84. Are we talking about the fact that it's not... Oh, well, okay. The problem's twofold. Technically, everything else is normal. So really, the problems are line 67 and everything else below it that is aligned against that. I mean, it could be because we have our main function up here doing its stuff, and in fact, we're missing parameters. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's supposed to be window up there, but I could be wrong. I do forget. I think it's window. Shot in the dark. Let's live with that. Okay. So here, we would indent the following. Ta-da! Not 100% necessary, because that one major function is entirely on the outside, but whatever. We spot corrected. Working. Less infuriating. What are we happening? Lure console. Oh crap! Did I spell? I did. Oh, bad, Steven. That's not right. Console log. That doesn't help anybody. No one's gonna know what to do with that. Console log. Good eyes, Lure. Good eyes. JPB, how's it going? Mostly okay. Pretty rough the last couple days. We've been struggling with our calculator, but it's a work in progress. It is a work in progress. We're getting there. Lure indent 67 to 102, one level. JPB, what editor is that? Lure, it's Sublime Text, I think, or Atom. It is indeed Atom, JPB. Spidey senses were thinking Atom. Your Spidey senses were right. McGrainberg, not Sublime. Yes, Atom indeed. Atom indeed. Sublime status bar is dull. I haven't encountered Sublime. At least not the code editor. The band? Yes. Anything related to programming? No. Now, let's save whatever minor changes we did here and keep chipping away. We were dealing currently with the reality of what's happening after numString stores our number. So we're building out our number as an array, digit, comma, digit, comma, digit, comma, digit. And from there, we're taking that array, joining it all together. All the commas go straight to hell. And then we've got that number, and currently, I didn't know the best way of handling it, but we're running it through parseInt for numberString join, for parseInt to get our number subtotal, which is what we see here. It's logging it finally as a number. Thank God. So, in sum is plus equals that, and we're console logging sum. So it all works. It's good. Working there, and it's working here, which is nice. So the next thing to do is zero out numberString, the array, set it back to an empty array. So when we click on our next number, we can start to rebuild. Even though we're setting it or zeroing it out, only once we click a new number do we want it to register whatever the last symbol was. So here, after we've zeroed it out, when we go... How would we do that? When we go back, how do we tell it to register a math operator? Oh, that's gonna kill me. Where do I tell it? We want it to push this, whichever number we're working with. Oh my god, that's gonna be brutal. So... math op. We need to set up a variable high enough in the chain, in the scope, or with a large enough scope, high enough in the chain, where it can be used by the other cases, by the other math operators if needed, and to keep track of it. Sure. Okay. Okay. Wait. What's happening in chat? Well, I'm satisfied. JPB, there should be a plugin for automatically indenting your code properly. I can't look back from it. Yeah, no. There is some cool key command. I don't know enough of them. Uber, why not name number string to current num? Num is a number, not a string. That's true. Well, it started its life off as a string. Well, it started its life off as an array. And I thought it was text that I was pushing to an array. See? 0, 1, and 2. It's got the quotes around them. Somehow, you know why? It's because it's taking the true that a number is, you would expect it to be a number, but it's because we're taking the content of what's on the buttons, and that's what's happening, is we're passing what's on the buttons to the array, and those are string characters, not numeric digits. So when I've got this array of individual stringified numbers, I'm having to join them and then run parseInt on them. It's kind of a shitstorm of JavaScript that I'm trying to juggle here. Num is not a string. You can't subtract a string, but a character or number. True. JPP. Interesting way to do it. Much easier than what I've done. Can you execute a string as math? Not quite. Thus, all of the change that we had to do and pump things through. That's why it's an array and blah 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 and whatnot. So, see, here's all the madness that's pulling. We've got our click event, and it's taking that and tracking down if the item is a button, which it is. And then it's looking at the text content, and it's the text content that we're pumping to or pushing to our button type function all the way down here. We've got some regex verifying further to separate all the noise out, and we're pushing more things and blah. It's a shit show. You gotta have a thick skin and low standards to survive in these parts. It's brutal. It is brutal. So this is more of an example of how not to do this. So continuing on, Lure, and you need to make an exception when you divide by 0. You know, that crossed my mind. I was very concerned about the case for 0 if we just go drop and divide. I was hoping it would all work out, but this sum plus equals total, but quotient divided by that, yeah. Red flags when 0 crossed my mind. Since I hadn't made it there yet, so far I'm basing all of my code and testing off of simply just trying to add stuff together. Work in progress. What I'm really trying to, my first test case scenario is changing one's decision from la da 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 dee 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 la da 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 dee ba da 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 1, 2. So we've got 12 plus butt weight, cold feet, minus subtract 3. So we go from adding to changing our mind to subtraction, and then equals 3. I'd like to be able to change on the fly compared to 1, 2 plus, then we change our mind to minus 3 equals, it stays plus. We have to, in this calculator universe, 12 plus clear minus 3 equals. And I'd like to just be able to change on the fly, like this one. 12 plus, nope, minus 3 equals 9. That's kind of the world that I'd like to live in, and I'm sort of trying to piece together step by step what needs to occur as we go down that little path. Yeah, that's where we're at. All right. So, McGreenberg, variable number subtotal, math.round, parse float. Oh, is that? Is the parse float the workaround to having to use parse int? Because I know you were saying we were going to run into some issues with decimals in the future. And I know I should be looking ahead for that now, but I'm still trying to wrap my mind around even the basic step-by-step nightmare that I'm currently on. Okay, we are continuing on. Math.round, parse float, numstring, dot join, blah, multiply, 100,000, divide by 100,000, McGreenberg, but it's real messy. Eval does math on strings, but it's bad. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. Lure, but eval is horrible. Lol, Lure. You can iteration everything inside eval function, but the performance and security will be cool. Iterate will be mistype. Sorry. Not to worry. Typos are welcome. Okay. JPB, bear in mind that anything divided by 0 in JavaScript is infinity. So working with the number afterwards can get complicated. We will cross that bridge again. We're just trying to tackle the addition portion briefly. I just want to get a basic, essentially this exact scenario, the 12 plus minus 3 equals, and all the steps needed to pull that off functioning before I go tinkering with everything else, because that structure will basically cover all of the bases for everything else we need. Obviously, there are the additional safety tips and buffers that we'll need to address, like the dividing by 0 fiasco in divide, but those are kind of additional things that can be added. But the core of my addition issue should cover, I think, the majority of this project. Now, Lure, okay, so you're currently working with add. Yes, correct. Let's see. What else do I need to do? We have all kinds of stuff. Currently working with that. JPB parse int will drop off any decimals. Aha, because integers have to be whole numbers. Right, parse int for integers. That makes sense. Bad, Steven. Well, that particular scenario will have to work for now. Lure. It looks like your case plus is concatenating strings, not numbers. APB, wow. Open my JS console to test something? Dang, Twitch needs to work on their error control. Are there some issues on the Twitch front regarding some I've never really gandered behind the curtain for Twitch's stuff. Actually, I take that. I forget what I was looking at on Twitch. I think I only have once, but I didn't have too many. That was a while ago. I think that was at least over 6 months ago, maybe even closer to over a year ago. JPB. What? Oh, no. Lure, use type of to find out what the type of your arguments. Noted. Don't mind me. Still piecing together exactly this little bit. 1 and 2 and 3. Plus, don't mind the duplicates. I'm using console log as a way to check the pulse of my code as I go and make changes. That's why I've got these redundant console logs all throughout, so I can see where it's trickling. Where and how it's getting processed through the machine, so to speak. So we've got that. 123. I want to be able to select plus, and I want to log that as sum. Testing purposes for the meantime. All of this can be polished and modified later. Testing for sum. We're console logging it. That's the second one down here. Okay, so we've got that. And then number string, we're zeroing it out. We are prepping it. We are prepping it to receive again. Up here. When I go to type in a new number, I think this will change because down here, document get element total, which is the screen. That's the total where we're printing things out. Total will update with the new content of number strings. So yes, 123 will change to 4. Okay, cool. We're alive. We're functional. Let's save and test the f*** out of this. I think our next step, we're doing one baby step at a time on this. 1, 2, and 3 plus 4. Yes. Bow to the power of my confusion and perseverance. We know not what we do, but we are damn committed to our journey. Look at that. Watch this. We can do plus again. Not that we need to, but I have the option of doing it. Plus 4, 5, 6. Holy shit. Wait, did that actually work out? That's a 9. And that's a 7. And that's a 5. Oh, damn, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it worked. We just need to set up an equals button and have it print that. Ah, cool. Alright. Happy accident. Good. So, back to the chat. What are we doing? Use type of to find out, yes, what the type of your argument is. We should definitely leverage that. JPB, are sum and number sum total both numbers at this point? Yes, they are. Because we are doing parse int, so number subtotal is, in fact, a number. It starts off as the text on the buttons, and it gets registered to the array of num string, up top, well, higher up in the chain, as the strings of the content on the buttons, but we end up joining them, getting rid of the commas, and running them through parse int to turn them into numbers, and then we have for sum, difference, product, quotient, blah blah blah, equals, these are already just numbers. So that's why it all works out well in the end when I am setting up the equations for the, where'd it go, plus equals, or eventually difference equals, and product, whatnot. So they're all configured for the same, they're all ready to receive the same type of nightmare. I know it's not the best way of going about doing things, but again, still in the heart of the learning process. So it's this is not going to be our Mona Lisa, that's for sure. This is going to be closer to one of those popsicle frame photos with the macaroni and like glitter on it. That's what this is going to be. All right. So, continuing on. No, they're just strings. Track type of sum. Then you'll figure it out. When you push new number, it's a string. When you push new number, it's a string, not a number. That is true because we are pushing strings. It's pulling the content from the buttons. That's what it's pushing to the array is all of this noise, as you could see before. So anywho, good times. For now, by our standards. There's a lot of improvement. We are going to be doing a rehash, not a rehash, but an update, a major refactoring of all of our projects. Again, this is project 8 of 10 that we're currently working on. I'm going to do my own, so these were all provided by Topher to us, so he's awesome for doing that. What did we need to do? After we get through all 10, hopefully we're close to finishing all 10 by the end of the year. I'm not sure. 8, 9, and 10 for my skill level are all like exponentially more difficult. Especially Project 10 apparently. Just considering where my skill set currently is. But aside from that, once I finish all 10, I'm wanting to do my own 11th project where I tie all of these projects together. And kind of set up sort of a website with options at the top near the header to select which project you go in. And I'd also like to restyle them because each project has its own current style. This calculator, again, is just the skeleton. It will eventually look something similar to this. Or that. Probably closer to Topher's calculator. But, like, let's see. Which one do we want to look at? Let's look at coin toss. Coin toss. GitHub. No. Where's coin toss? That's not our coin toss. We'll track it down. La-da-da-da-dee-dee-dee. File, open. Let's look at coin toss and... what's the other one? Mouse position. Those are both good examples. Although mouse position is kind of difficult to restyle, considering how that project works. We'll do mouse. Coin toss, open. And we'll do random user generator. That's another good one. Documents. Random user generator. so here's this. There's random user generator. So for coin toss, heads and tails. Look at that. So see the data changes with how many times. Wow, three heads wins in a row. 2. So it maintains the stats. Come on, at some point we gotta lose heads, right? Yeah, we're on a roll. There we go. There we go. Now we're starting to lose. Cool. So see, it keeps track of the heads win rate, the tails win rate, and then overall combined. And the chart is just, what's it called? I think it's from Google Stats, something like that. Anyways, JPB. Alright, good luck, my dude. Keep at it. Daka, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Tips, comments, guides, and whatnot. So yeah, we'll end up going back through all of our old projects and restyling them. Same with this. Although the API call, this was brutal. This one was tricky. XHR. So much code to make XHR work. Fetch and Axios and jQuery, just a couple lines of code. So much easier to use. Okay, project ideas, because calculators are lame. Hangman, Tic-Tac-Toe with AI. 3, forecast app using Ajax. And Forecast.io API. We use Fetch now. Free Code Camp, because we had done some time at Free Code Camp. We had started on, I can't remember if I finished the weather API one or not. But yeah, they had a weather API project at Free Code Camp. Well, you know what? Let's check. That's bothering me. I can't remember if I did finish that one or not. Free Code Camp. Where did we leave off? Map. We got close to finishing the front end development portion of Free Code Camp. Intermediate. Okay, yeah, we got stumped by the local weather one. We did the random quote machine. We need to finish these. Now that I conquered the purpose of the random user generator project was to highlight the differences and similarities, whatever was needed for an XHR request, fetch, Axios, and jQuery API requests. So it was a good project for highlighting those differences. Let's close out of this noise. We can close out of that. Back into our nightmare. Back into calculator hell. For project ideas, calculators are lame. I think it's highlighting the difficulties of constructing something basic. True, calculator isn't the most interesting thing, and I'm sure there are plenty of applications that function very similar to how the calculator does that require just as much, if not more, effort. But it's a good uphill battle. At least I'm trying to keep a positive mindset, despite all the doom and gloom that I keep throwing out there. I think it is beneficial. Alright, what are we doing now? So we have our number. Let's refresh. We've got 1, 2, and 3 plus 4, 5, and 6 plus. There's that. We have our sum. Now we want to do equals and have it update that. When we click equals, we want it to show sum. So if, oh wow, I already set that up. When we click equals, aha, there we go. something occurs. Pretty sure that's not the best way of doing it, because now we've got this to deal with. But nevertheless, it is borderline barely functional. Oh, our nose is crazy itchy. I blame you, little kitty. I blame you, wherever she is. That damn feline. I kind of want to end on that note, but part of me wants to keep pushing further. Despite the fact that I know I'm going to fall down the rabbit hole, and we're going to end up getting caught up in this for another 45 minutes. I want to figure out how to change direction to subtracting a number. And I think it would function extremely similarly. It would be damn near the same as this. And you know what? It would be that. Copy. It's no longer number string, it's number subtotal. And we want to test difference, so that's what that is. That's what this is. Console log that. And afterwards, zero it out. Copy. So if I press plus, let's say I've got a number, 1, 2, 3, and I hit the plus button. We have our number 1, 2, 3. It gets added to sum. We log sum, and the number string turns to 0. If I hit the minus key, it takes number sum total, which is number string join. I think it's going to pull in the empty one. What I think I need to do from here is actually set number string 0. I think I need to move it to a different area. Possible it'll hold on to the same value here. I think we'll only pass this. I don't know. I know it's gonna fail. Because of exactly that reason. For the issue we just stated. Refresh. See, it goes 1, 2, 3, plus 4, 5, 6. And if we do minus... No. Refresh. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Plus 4, 5. Minus negative 45. That's just it right there. See that? It's 45 at the beginning, but then it's automatically subtracting it. It's removing it. 45 when it hits the surface. Subtotal. 45 above the surface. But on impact, because we already hit plus and it zeroed it out, now that we've got 45, when we click difference, it's doing 0 minus that number. So we end up with negative 45. And then it's zeroing it out again. So we need to have the zeroing out of number string in a different location. Need to have it in a different location. What if we... I'm not sure what to do. It's where we're... It's a scope issue. Or it can be solved by adjusting the scope of the variable to some degree. McGreenberg, I have a cool idea. Is it taking my computer and throwing it out my window? Because I would have to agree that would be pretty freaking awesome right now. How do I take that number? I mean, Greenberg, I have a cool idea. What if instead of using string concat and arrays, you set a value, number equals 0, then a function, build number, which has a parameter number, which has a parameter num. That may solve my problems. Number equals number times tens plus num. That would work. That would work. I think I crossed... I don't think cross is the right word. I think I passed the entrance to that potential path last night. There was a point in last night's stream, where number was set up as a 0. But the issue with that was how I had everything else preceding it set up. So I should do... You're right. You know what the solution is? The solution is putting all of this noise through parse int at the beginning. The numbers are never decimals up top, because the inputs themselves are whole numbers. We can construct decimals later on, but it removes the parse int fiasco from occurring later. You were so right, McGreenberg. You're so right. And we can still set up our build number function and or whatever path we choose to go down. But running parse int up top would be, quote unquote, bitchin'. Huh. Who would have known? So that means up here we're going to run out of all the fun 0, 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. And then when we pass our number, or num, to the new function, we don't have to worry about doing parse int for anything, and we still get to keep our click event. Parse int. Do we need to put it in quotes? Ooh, that's a toughie. Do we need to put parse in quotes? No, we don't. It just needs to be before the comma. But we should give it a friend. A 10. To travel alongside it. To keep it company. Ta-da! B-d-d-d-d-d-d, as well as parse int. that will here eliminate, destroy, whatever you'd like to call it, that initial issue. Hot damn. Okay, okay. Crisis partially averted. One small step. In the scheme of things, the village is still on fire, but we've managed to put out a house or two at this point. Let me see how this progresses. We no longer need to do parse int down here. We can get rid of this. Thank God. One catastrophe after another, which means we no longer... Well, no, we can still keep subtotal, just for shits and giggles. And we're just going to keep only testing some for now. Save, save, save. Refresh. We will set up the number function, McGreenberg. Un memento. Sack of shit. Line 43. Don't mind me. Line 43, I managed to piss off the JavaScript gods. Button content. Line 7. It was this. It doesn't like the parse int. How is it possible? They hate every decision I make. Damn, damn, damn. Button type. We're doomed. We're doomed. Okay, McGreenberg, no strings attached, function, build number, number equals, number times 10 plus num. We're going to throw that into our code. Chubbosaurus. That's what it is. Chubbosaurus. Any formal programming classes. No official formal programming classes. We have done things like Codecademy and where'd it go? Codecademy and Code Wars, as well as Free Code Camp. Ta-da! EDX. We just need a minor mental break. Okay, so I mean, it's not like we've just been throwing shit against the wall and seeing what sticks. Okay, well, technically, we have been throwing shit against the wall and seeing what sticks. Outside of the tutorial type websites. But I haven't gone through like a coding boot camp program or done any CS courses at a college or anything like that. Okay, you know what? No, I did a general computer information systems class, but I think that was an intro to computer information systems class, but that was years ago at college. But no substantial type programs, just a lot of tinkering here online over the last year at these different types of tutorial sites, as well as being guided. Well, let's see, what projects did we do? We had a smattering of things that we've conquered. We're so close to finishing our front-end development certificate. But in the meantime, we've been focused on the side projects that Topher set up for us since October. These have been keeping us busy. We've just made it to project number 8, Simple Calculator. We're going to get to here eventually, some point, but right now, well, we have a face that only a mother could love. Let's see. Corrupt file. What are formal programming classes? You know, wearing a tuxedo, anything that involves learning with a bow tie, I'd assume. Probably not so literal. Chubosaurus, well, about a decade ago, most programming classes would use this example, get students to use input and output. Hacker Rank, I mean Code Wars. Graysol, hey, how you doing? Oh, we are on the edge of breaking into level 5. We've nearly maxed out level 6. We're right there. We have like maybe an activity or 2 to knock out before we go into level 5. So we're right there on the edge. Chubosaurus, but it involves converting an infix notation like 5 plus 4 into postfix 5 4 plus. McGreenberg, you know, Pearl. McGreenberg. Chubosaurus, and using a stack to do a calculator. Yeah, not quite. Although I do know, I mean, that is quite possible. You referenced 10 years ago, Topher is quite the veteran programmer. Although we've had a few in our stream a couple times giving out. We've had guidance and tips from, I think, the whole spectrum, which has been awesome. We've had people that have just started learning how to program that have been able to assist me. They'll spot something, and we've had long-time programming veterans help guide and assist. So we've had the whole gamut in and out of here, which I think is quite fascinating. What are we doing? Right, we're reflecting on stuff. Anyways, so maybe this is why there is a calculator project amongst the ranks of all the other fun things we've done. You know what? We didn't get to relive the mouse project earlier. We were going through discussing the fact that I was going to restyle the projects. I'd mentioned that it's going to be difficult to restyle the mouse position. The mouse position project, because there's so little content on the face of it initially. After it's been running, yes, there's plenty of content, but see this? Now, true, you can't see the mouse because of OBS settings, but it is there. But again, we click and random shapes generate. Well, random. We've got rectangles and ovals that generate at different variables. Rectangles rotate. No, rectangles slowly grow, ovals rotate. And then we just object dump right in the middle. Good time. So, see, there's very little to, like, style aside from creating the objects. So this one will be hard to incorporate for our soon-to-be Project 11, where we get to refactor all of our code and make it less sucky. We'll find a way. We will find a way. Close out of that, close out of this. That as well. Back into calculator hell. McGreenberg, so laggy. Yeah, the mouse position really doesn't. That one, I think, eats up a lot of resources while I'm streaming. My apologies. The parse int fiasco. So it's really not going to let us do that. It does not like parse int. Well, we will take this crap. We can't do parse int because we can't do parse int up here because it's checking all 17 buttons. And not all 17 buttons are numbers. Only 10 of the keys out of the 17 are numbers. So we're trying to parse int on the plus button, or a div, or not div, divide, and all of that noise. That's not going to fly. Bad, Steven. Okay, we'll put everything back to the way it was. Let's go ahead and set up McGreenberg's solution, since it was elegant, straightforward, and not completely insane. Which means I need to put parse int back in the meantime. Parse int just to test. This is our quick fix. Our stupid workaround. Okay. Save. I just want to see my project live once more a normal life. Crap, that needs to be an array. Okay, here we go. Now we're good. 1, 2, and 3. Why is it 10s? Why is everything a 10? Oh, son of a... It's up there. We forgot to remove them. Did I have parse int set up incorrectly? No, I didn't. I'm crazy. There we go. 1, 2, and 3 plus 4, 5, and 6 equals sadness. It's okay. We're gonna fix it in the future. Let's continue on. Let's take McGreenberg. McGreenberg. It's how you're animating. Should have used transform. Transform paints on the GPU. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I forget. I was using animation, CSS animation, with the keyframes, and I forget what else. Transform was an option. We went the animation route though. To bring our different shaped divs to life. Okay, number string parse int number string join n subtotal sum. Where else did everything go wrong? Numbers. Number string. Oh, death. What did I do to ruin my code? I literally have no idea what I did to change it. This is bad. This is an omen. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. Is gonna screw something up, and it's gonna add 47 minutes of sheer nonsense. 1, 2, and 3. I just wanted to zero out my code to, and then move on to McGreenberg's beautiful example that he provided us. $5.79. Maybe that's what I was doing. Maybe I was having to manipulate the plus button twice. That's what I was having to do. Oh. And that's also another issue that I should have done. As soon as I had 456, I should have taken that and have it run somewhere else. I need to have, it's almost like I need to have these values running, the equals up here, and storing the variable as well up here, so I can get rid of number string. Which I think are issues that will all be addressed with McGrainberg's thing. Let me take that. I'm gonna set it up out of the way, above the nonsense section, but just sort of out of the box initially. You were saying to do function. Dear Lord. Oh my god, we can't even type. Function something or other, num. So we'll need to set up a num variable. Right? Oh, function build number. Build number, which takes a parameter of num and does the following: number equals number times 10. Although I'm pretty sure this bit was just an example of number, unless 10 is essential for this. Number times 10 plus num. Maybe all of that was an example. Because really all we would need is the variable num to bring this to life, as well as variable num equals, I think you said variable num equals 0. What does variable number equal? I'd assume 0 again, but I'm not sure. That's just going off my spidey senses, which are absolutely terrible. But why would we do number times 0 times 10? That can't be right. Thing needs to go here. Okay, up top, use fetch, cool new idea. What if instead of using strings, concatenate arrays, you set a value, number equals 0. Okay. Maybe that's different from num and number. Then a function build number, which has a parameter, num. Number equals number times 10 plus num. And also these are touching, which I think really just helps visualize. We could probably throw it into parentheses with spaces, which I kind of like the idea of that. Plus num. No strings attached. Good play on words, and quite literally. We don't have to deal with strings anymore. Function build number num, curly braces, number equals number, so that would be 0. Okay. So num would be num would be down here. No, even though we'll move this, num would be the number keys. This is where it comes into play with this, numbers. So numbers would be our parameter. So what if we just call it numbers and then drop it in here? That would be a better fit. We don't have to join anything. It's just a number. At least I don't think we'd have to join anything, but we'll find out. Okay, wait. Now call it. Hold on. Shouldn't I move it? I should move this into a more functional area of my code, right? Let's cut this. I'm gonna put a 0 back here. No arrays, no joins, no strings, right? Agreed. Let this cut. So function button type. I would like. No, let's actually leave it back down here. We want numbers, which we already have. No, num will be the parameter. Variable number can go up top with the rest of our global variables. But, well, technically they're not global because they're inside the function, but global enough. So there's that. That can just be chilling, hanging out. You know, we're actually going to put it above, up top. Because this will be dying shortly. So these will be the new variables at the top of the totem pole. We also need to deal with this guy, which will be passing a number into those. For num to be a number based off the buttons we select, we need it to fall at this point within our code. We receive the text from the buttons based off our click event, but as we pass that to button type where we sort out what's on the face of the button, 9, decimal, a math operator, or a clear, if it's a number, we want it in here. So if stuff happens, we no longer need string and push. Number will equal, I'd like to think, parse int. Since it's a whole number at this point, it's still a whole number. It's not an entire string. It's a parameter to be passed on into the future. Parse int variable, parse int would be button content. Copy, parse int that, because it's a number. We know for sure it's a number, and we can easily turn the string, the button context into that, and then we will push. No, wait. We don't. Okay, that was just no arrays. So we don't need arrays. So we don't need to push it to anything. So command comment out. Where do we put this, though? Or am I crazy? I must have missed something. Wait, num is the button you pressed. Oh, I just noticed your comments. Okay, you can work purely. Num is the button you pressed. Well, the value of the button you pressed. Okay. So, wouldn't I need to address that here, though, right? Yes. Unless I should have this inside my click event. Maybe that's another issue. Maybe inside each click is where all of that should be occurring. Function, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you're right. Because then, once I set that up inside the click event, then I can set the variable number out here. And I could just have num. No, this is wrong. I'm crazy. I'm totally overthinking this. We're spiraling out of control because it's 1:51 a.m. Think it through. There's no need for arrays or joins or strings. Our click event, however, is set up to reference the content of the button. We don't have any Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Okay. All right. What's that, tiny cat? Yeah. Good, good. Okay. Okay, so McGreenberg. Number is the button you pressed. Well, the value of the button you pressed. From a conceptual standpoint, you have a parse int instead of... Oh, crap. I have a typo. Typo. Come hither, typo. Rassay. Oh, you typo-loving son of a... Okay, alright. I would also like to note that I probably did the typo up top. That's why probably button context failed earlier. Or content failed earlier. We've got this. And we're sending it somewhere. Do something. Continuing on, well, the value of the button press from okay, if parse in instead of pass rent or whatever instead of parse int, your event handler is doing too many things. You should have one event handler for numbers, one for signs, and one for special functions like clear and evaluate, etc. I was just humming. Fine, see? Humming is a good thing. Ah, Gracel, yes, see? Humming is our friend. You don't need parse int with my solution. Oh. How does one... how... I'm concerned. Am I crazy? So are these not actually strings, then? I thought what I was sending, despite there not being... Tiny cat, you're in the way. Despite there not being strings or it being text, I thought, oh my god, cat, no. It is 2 in the morning. We are not playing this game. Oh god, oh god. Assume the napping position. Do your thing, tiny cat. Do your thing. Yes, good. Have you docked? Yes, you've reached the docking. Your docked napping position. Okay. So this is 0. Good, because they were all strings, and I know I could do multiple event listeners for the different button types. It seemed easier to have one event listener for all button types and then kind of filter through them as needed. That's why we went with the regular expression route. And then they handle them from there and route them from that point. But see, that seems to be the thing. It's like, no matter what, there's still the same amount of, like, logic trees that need to occur to filter through this stuff. Like, if I didn't have the regex and the filters here, well, then it would just be having the 4 different types of event listeners. You know, like, I keep coming across... They are different solutions, but it's almost like the steps involved are the same amount. It's just where they're positioned. And it keeps throwing me off, because I don't know. I don't really have a preference on which way I go, per se. I'm just trying to figure out which one might be the most common by industry standards, if that's even a thing. Okay. McGreenberg, they are strings, however, Graysall, cats, yes. McGreenberg, if you put a, quote, plus in front of the string value, it will cast the string to number. If you put a plus in front of the string value, it will cast the string to a number. Graysall, there's no one right method. Different things are more clear to different people. Programming is more of an art than science. You can see that. There's a lot of room for creativity, which is why I find it fascinating. Especially the mouse position project. Things like that. And CSS Grid. Oh, CSS Grid is so cool. So simple yet so powerful, and Flexbox, but that's a different story altogether. Well, technically not too different of a story because that's what we're leveraging for the calculator layout itself. But back to the functional nightmare. All right, so you were saying, so we need to change our event listener to get to fully utilize your vision of the calculator, where it's the number only universe. McGreenberg, there is a performance boost by using separate functions. Okay, noted. That's why I tried to separate at least as many functions out. Now, see, I did have things like decimals. I also had a function for numbers, but I realized as I was programming everything, typing everything out, that I really didn't need, beyond this, sorting out is it a number key, and then pushing it to wherever that number string needed to go. I didn't really need a whole, at least it didn't seem too pressing to have a dedicated number function. So I was just kind of chipping away at them from there. And then same with the function for math operations. I know I've got a switch case, but I wasn't sure if I should also set up like a sum function and a difference function, and a multiplication function for product, and division for quotient, or quotient for division, whichever order you prefer. But yeah, 4 different functions for that. I ended up sticking with the switch case in the meantime because it seemed like it provided that that sort of hover type functionality. The refresh. This scenario that I keep going over is 1 and 2 plus 3 equals 15. However, the situation I'm concerned about is 1 and 2 plus cold feet, and we change direction, minus, subtract, 3 equals 9, compared to that other project where it was 1 and 2 plus, then minus, and it doesn't change, 3 equals. We have to use the clear. I was trying to structure my calculator to deal with that hover point. Plus clear minus 3. That's the way to get it to work. I was trying to set mine up so there was that hover point, if you will, for lack of a better phrase. And I was trying to figure out how to best attain that, and switch case was all that came to mind. I guess a switch case where I would have referenced a function outside of this also could have worked. I could have just had it route to call the difference function, and it would have functioned relatively similar. I just didn't think I had enough content to fill each function with to really utilize it. Since it seemed so small at the time in my mind, I went with the switch case, in addition to all of the nightmare above. But that's what's led to this 4 days of confusion, so I probably didn't choose the right path. So I do like the idea of operating with numbers only and not having to convert stuff. It's just so much of the groundwork has been laid around those conversions. It's a bit overwhelming to try and refactor all of this at this point. I think it's probably doable, and I think it's probably essential. Yeah, I'm still just trying to come to terms with just the addition aspect alone to see if I can further enhance, refactor, and make the rest of the calculator more efficient. This is still kind of a testing phase. Greenberg, performance. Okay, Grace Hall, not anything noticeable. McGreenberg, I don't agree. Grace Hall, I don't have to agree. Just benchmark it for yourself. If you want to premature optimize, JavaScript is not the language for you. As far as efficiency, now I don't know, I probably didn't set up my code to fully highlight the potential efficiency of it. But as far as the random user generator that I had set up, I do have the times to calculate. They show at the bottom. Random user generator, HTML, open. For the different, and I really thought XHR, I know the first time it loads, it's always longer. It's like well, usually it's like 0.3, 0.2. Maybe it's because I already have the page cached now. But XHR, a lot of them are just 1 point. That was my fault. I got trigger happy. See, we do fetch. 0.1 Axios. I wonder why there's so much lag. Must be me. Well, of course, now that I'm trying to go through it, there's all kinds of time delays, but usually it seems like they're all within the same 0.1 something. And I was surprised because XHR was so much longer. It was XHR took up, I think, like 40, 30 lines of code. It was something ridiculous. And everything else was only 4 or 5 lines of code. So I thought I would have seen a much larger time savings with less noise to process, but I was wrong. It must have been how I had my code set up, though. I'm sure you can notice a difference, especially with API calls, but I'm probably crazy. What was I doing? Back to struggling. So we were so very close. We've got everything else in place, minus the stuff at the bottom. Function. Cut. Go ahead. We'll just set it beneath clear for now. Since we're testing. We needed our parameter number. That's all we need to have. So to get that, to make sure it's here, we can push it, variable number. I know parseInt wasn't envisioned for wasn't part of your entire vision, but the upside to that is that we can push parseInt to, let's take this, copy, paste, we'll comment that out. It can be num. We don't need join. You said just do num. I don't think that's gonna work. Like I think I've configured it incorrectly. For yours, num would come in. It would be number times n plus num. We already have number as a global variable, not in any specific function. Post click event. 1 and 2. We receive button content. We verify that it is a number that we're dealing with our regex. Trying to merge the two together. Your vision and what I've got. And that's just the button. I would like to display it on the calculator. I don't know if I'd need to do a dot join or anything like that. We're just going to leave it as num in the meantime. And then down here, we'll throw in document get element and then update the screen as follows. So, you know what? We can do exactly that. We can do text content equals copy number. Hope that's okay. Save, save, save. I'm pretty sure I'm dragging us towards failure. This is bad. This is wrong. I taste the smoke in the air around us. We're doomed. This is like if the Titanic and, let's see, what other tragic vessel event occurred. This is like if the Titanic and the Hindenburg tried to make a catastrophic baby. That's what we're faced with right now. Whatever the horrifying result is of those two events colliding at the same time, that's what we're faced with. But it's the JavaScript calculator version of that. Not as many casualties, but just as many broken hearts. Interesting how that works out, the correlation between the two. Not a lot of people realize that. Save, save, save. Let's refresh. And let's watch this all fall apart as I start to cry into the keyboard. We've got 1. We've got a visual 1 sitting there, which is nice. I know it's not going to string them together, but at least 2 should appear. 2 does appear. And then 3. I'm going to count that as a win because about a day and a half ago, we were fighting for this exact functionality. So that's kind of cool. What is the next thing to do from this point? Now, I wonder, is it number that's updating, or is it the last one that's updating down here? My guess, if we change it to cat, like so, save, I think it's the last one that's getting pushed there. I believe it's updating up top, but this is the one that's sticking at the end. Just a minor test. I never know what's happening. I like to throw a cat into the machine and see what happens. Where we hear the meow occur. Refresh. 1. Aha! Line 5 and 48. 2, line 5 and 48. It's nowhere near the cat in the machine. 48. It's all the way up here. It's console logging that. And it's also console logging from line 5. Well, it's not even doing anything with the number function. Oh, the scope. We need to give it scope. Can I set number out here? Does that work? Can I have a variable that doesn't exist before and update it later? I don't think I can. This is bad. This is falling apart. You know what the problem is? The problem's me. That's the issue. Angus McGill. You are overcomplicating this. Yes, yeah, we've overcomplicated the last 344 days. It's been painful. It has been painful. All right. We need to do something. Why isn't that function optional? Aha! The function itself. We need to pass it to that function, right? McGreenberg. You have to call the function. Yes, you can. Okay, you're right. Let's call it. So we need to send build number num. Indeed. Good. Right here. Oh, and the yes we can for posting the variable out there, but we don't need to worry about posting the variable up there. Here is where we are sending things. Build number, not equals, but parentheses with semicolon, num. That's right. Dance, JavaScript, dance. I somewhat control you, accidentally. Dum. And now we will have num. Save. Refresh. Deep. 1 and 2 and 3. 8. Why? I called build number, right? Unless there's another fucking typo. Build number. No. Num. You stack of goddamn. Okay, think it through. Happy thoughts. Why doesn't it want to send num? Content num. We put num into the stuff. Why doesn't it show up on line 51? What is that? What gives? Aha. Okay. Alright. Okay, not oh no, Doom. And Angus Miguel having this as an IIFE as up top the function. Are you sure about that? Why not? I know it's not like 100% necessary. It's just one of the few, we'll call it good habits, I suppose, that I'm trying to implement. I've got so few good habits that I rely on. I remember to put semicolons on things, but aside from that, not a lot of other good consistent habits that I have. Pretty much just a lot of flailing with the keyboard in range. McGreenberg. Number, not num. Right. My bad. McGreenberg. My bad. Number, not num. Text content equals number. Text content equals number. Number. Well, we can just add on to it. Number. Okay, that's not how you spell number. There we go. Okay. Equals number followed by dum. We send it num, or we send the function number. I'm gonna try both. Number. Wait. Why would I send it 0? It doesn't make sense. Num is our parameter, and we want it to be whatever number we pushed. Yes, good. So it will display that, hopefully, and then down here, text content number. Aha! There we go. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Please, God. Save. Get rid of one of the text contents. Ask and you shall receive. Let's kill the one up top. Dum. Die. Good. Greenberg wanted you dead. Now you are. Wahahaha. What are we doing? So we're sending this to num. We've got that. We've got this. We are calling our function. Good. Things are happening. Save. Refresh. Alright, focus. And 1 and 2. Holy shit, it's working. 3. Good, it's alive. Now. Plus. That's fine. Plus doesn't need to work. We didn't configure it to work in this particular universe yet, but we will. All of this is just noise, but it will work eventually. Cool. We have that, and then when we do plus, after we've doctored it to work with McGreenberg's vision, everything should be hunky-dory. Okay, hold on. McGreenberg. text content equals number. Grace all happy thoughts. Angus Miguel, it doesn't really make sense to me to have a calculator. That is an IIFE. You want to bind functions to events and not to a function, then just run it from the get-go. Racel, anything to do inside an IFE you can do outside of an IFE at this case. All it does is provide namespacing. It's not preventing him from doing anything, Racel, given that he's working with one file. Just doesn't feel necessary. It definitely isn't necessary for my projects, but it has been a common theme. Not that I always remember, but I think at least more than half of them. This is project number 8 of 10. Ta-da! Simple calculator. So yeah, there a handful of them I remembered to set up as IIFE, but c'est la vie, right? Onwards. Grace all. It's best practice absent some kind of blunder. McGrainberg, get rid of one of the text contents. You don't need to set it twice. Graysall, how does it feel only having 3 weeks left? Freaking awesome. I can't wait for it. It's going to be, it's not that it's going to be over. It's just we've developed such, I don't know, odd, consistent themes and quirks or traditions of this particular stream, how it's formed, the slow evolution of it. The things that I'm excited for to change after day 365 is the fact that I can stream coding multiple times a day instead of one single push. So I'll probably do like 2, 3, 4 times and smaller, whether it's 15, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I don't know. Also, if it goes longer too, I know sometimes the stream will go for like 2 hours, especially later, more recently, because I've just been struggling so much with these later projects. But I'll be able to do more than a 2.5 hour stream. I'll be able to do, 8 hour, 10, 12 hour code binge if I want to. And then I think it'll also be a bit more focused, as much as I'm relaying all of my thoughts for the stream currently. That's just kind of to give insight of how confused I am instead of just being frustrated of looking at crappy code. I know it's definitely not beneficial really, but it's an additional, I don't know, additional info that's there for the viewer's sake, to have me voice my crazy thoughts as I'm trying to figure this out. And then I forget what some of the other major changes. They're small changes, but I think it'll affect the stream in a fairly significant way. Yeah, that's that. Also, I'll probably have streams where, like this, it's late at night and the missus is asleep, so I may not do streams where I have the mic on. I may have the cam off, or I'll do the mic, but just little different things like that and stream. Just slightly different setup. So all things to come in the future. And I get to study and read up on stuff outside of the stream. That's been a huge thing. There is no learning. All of my learning has happened on stream. There hasn't been any additional learning between the streams. There's some general daydreaming on what I could do, but there's no reading up on MDN or any other things, or trying to do research. It's all real time. All of my learning has been captured for this year-long journey, which is just unfortunate. Not quite unfortunate, but wildly inefficient. I wanted to keep shorter streams, Because if anyone, I'd want to be able to show this at the end, kind of, that anyone can make progress to learn how to code by me sucking. The more I suck and the more I achieve, the more kind of relatable I think the experience can be, or less scary to others, hopefully. That's kind of my intentions. Um, so that's why I tried to keep to shorter streams, like 30, 45 minutes a day. I think 30 minutes to an hour a day is pretty reasonable if someone was out there and they were like, hey, I want to learn how to code in my free time. I think that's doable. Doing the boot camp scenario, the 16-hour code binge for 10 weeks straight, I don't think a lot of people can really relate to that unless they're in a position where they can actually take advantage of that. And I don't think a lot of people have that kind of setup, schedule, and scenario to leverage to it, or to leverage that and benefit from it. So it was kind of like a personal, that's a secondary aspect to this weird journey I had set up. But anyways, we're doing stuff. That's enough yammering from a crazy guy. Good God, it's already 2:26 a.m. with little to no progress. But we have made some form of progress. Let's keep chipping away at this. What's happening? It doesn't feel necessary. How's it feel? Only 3 weeks to go. Just because something's not necessary doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Okay, noted. True. Angus Miguel, 3 weeks left to what? McGreenberg, to the year of coding. That's true. Angus Miguel, grats. Thank you. Grace all. Oh, cool. You'll keep doing this. That's awesome. Yeah. No, the nightmare won't stop. There will be a day 366. Ah, the difference? There may be days that we skip instead of not doing every single day. We're gonna do most days, but we may skip. I think we're gonna do day 366. We may skip whatever day 367 is and do that the following day, 24 plus hours later. So we'll see. But yeah, good times. That was a hell of a rant. Not exactly coherent, but it's there. Do with it what you will, planet Earth. Now, we had set up stuff. We've got that. Almost want to run 2 different versions of. I want to keep this. One of the biggest issues that I've had with this still, even though I still need to, I've got the pseudo, I've got what, like 2.5 versions of pseudocode that I've started to tinker with, but is seeing the scale. The more I envision the project, the better and more familiar I get with what I need to do, the scale of it keeps growing, and it just keeps chipping away at the pseudocode that I've established, because I see that there's so many different scenarios that I need to plan for. So visualizing the scale of the project and what needs to occur specifically at each level for the functionality that I'm envisioning has made prepping this project extremely difficult for me. It's a constant battle. I know I've been chasing my tail for the last year, but with this project especially, it's been noticeably painful. Alright. Dee 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 dee. Da 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 dee 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 da 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 da. What do we do? What do we do? Okay. We should try to make some form. We've got our number. Let's find a way to store that or update it or have it interact with our switch case. When we press the plus button, we at least want it to log somewhere. We want it to log 1, 2, 3 to the console log so we can verify that it has a pulse and the number's been stored. That will be our final thing for tonight. After 2.5 hours of struggling, that's our benchmark. That's what we're shooting for. Okay, so for that to occur, we no longer really need this. We can also get rid of that, but we will need something similar. We have down here function build number, which now makes more sense that it should be occurring higher up in this particular scenario. Cut. We set it above. We have our button type. Nope. Decimals. Oh. Yes. After. Crap. Nope, screw it. For now, it's going above. It very well may need to occur at the bottom because calculations will be occurring in the switch case, and then we need to update things, but that's what the equals button is for, and that will handle that. So it's going to be above in the meantime because we're still passing it numbers, and it's just storing information for now. So number times that, num is num. From here, we have display number. So I need to take number as a whole, which is up here. Cool. So number, we can just reference number. Sum plus equals number. Sum plus equals number. And console log sum. Okay, here we go. Let's comment this noise out. Save, save, save. Refresh. Fingers crossed. 1, 2, and 3, and we click plus. Does it console log? Stack a does not console log yet, but it will. So it stores there. We need to do something with it. I need to take that. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, where were we referencing? Build number. We pass num to that. Number. Oh, I didn't console log anything. I didn't put anything in the console log. Oh, you sad, poor, confused, newbie bastard. Alright. Number. No, sum. Ridiculous. Oh, we are gonna have the longest talk with management. Whoever approved me having a stream is gonna get a punch in the throat. Sadly, that's me, but that's okay. Save, save, save. We live to fight another day. Fingers crossed. Once more. 1 and 2 and 3 and plus. Ta-da! Holy shit, we come out alive. Barely. We come out with a weary pulse tied to our name. A dark day. Day 344. Like we keep heading further into the depths of JavaScript hell. I don't know how it's possible. Let's save this. Let's go ahead and back out. We're ending on a subtle bombshell. Ah, GitHub, where are you when we need you? Oh god. Okay. I'm reflecting. Yet again, another day of 2+ hours of sheer confusion. For a little bit of reward. The smallest ounce of progress. Let's go ahead and crack open our app. Desktop GitHub. Dee 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 dee, ba da 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 da, la dee 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 dee. Where is the desktop app? We opened it. There it is. Can we see that in OBS? We most certainly can. Oh. Well, yesterday we updated it with JavaScript hell. And frankly, deeper into JavaScript hell. Yep, that's just... There's really no other way to phrase that. Not exactly clear what that means, but I'm certain the historians will be able to connect the dots. Commit to master. Let's push this thing. Resolving deltas. Yes, good, good, good. Close out of that noise. Get rid of that. Alright, let's land this bird. Ta-da! We have, that is all of the progress we have to show for day 2... No, not 200. Wow, we can't think at all. Thank God we're ending this. That's all the progress we have to show for day 344. Jumping out, McGreenberg. Don't forget to reset the number to 0 after sum. Damn, we'll do that tomorrow. You know what? No, we'll add the change. We'll push it with tomorrow's noise. We'll make the change now, but we'll push it with tomorrow's noise. Here's this function. You know what? We want it to happen after we sum it. So down here, number equals 0. Ta-da! Wait, number or sum? Don't forget to reset number to 0 after sum. Yes, good, good. Save, save, save. Ah, there we go. Alright, and hey, bros before. A year in the lab saves an hour in the library. It is true. That is us. We like to struggle. We learn the hard way. We're good at it. Struggling is the business, and business is good. Okay. That's it for now. Let's jump out of Atom into OBS. Way cool. Day 3... What is it? Doesn't even matter. Let's do the thank yous. Today we had... Thank you again to anyone and everyone who stopped by to view the stream and or assist and guide us. Today we had Zero Love, Yum Yum, McGreenberg, Luir, JP Beat. We had a smattering of people. Luir, Chubasaurus, Corrupt File, Graysol. Whom else? did we encounter on our journeys? Angus Miguel, as well as bros before. Cool. I think that was everyone who commented in chat. Thank you again for all the guidance. It is deeply appreciated and unbelievably essential. we would be beyond doomed without it. So thank you for all your time and effort. It is truly, truly appreciated. Day 344 comes to an end. However, the adventure continues tomorrow with day 345 of the year of streaming and learning to code. Way cool. After, with tomorrow, that leaves 20 more days of this odd yet painful journey. Informative to at least me, but painful for probably, I'd assume, everyone else. Looking forward to that. Day 365. In the meantime, we are stopping the stream. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it!